Hello everybody, Imminent Storm here, and welcome back to Stellaris, the Stellar Republic campaign. And in Republic news, we have encountered another civilization to the Galactic South, known as the Lorongo Directors. The Lorongo are a highly intelligent, long-lived molluscoid species. During the time of the Great Republic, they were known to be among the Republic's best minds, but also somewhat aloof and set in their own ways. Initial relations with the Directorate have been cool, but not hostile. In response to the discovery of potentially hostile neighbor species, the United Republic Space Force has begun large-scale defense station construction. In a still breaking story, shocking news has come out of the Nib hegemony. Per confirmed intelligence leaks, the Nib are engaged in a large-scale system of slavery. Among the slave species the Nib have taken are many humans. It's believed the raiders had abducted citizens from the Arcadia and Terra Nova colonies may have been intermediaries for the Nib. In a near unanimous vote in the Senate, military action against the Nib had been authorized. Correspondent Rayun Etoyunt reported that the scene on the Senate floor was raucous, with many senators chanting war for liberty and war for freedom. However, the Admiralty and Chief of Staff of the Republic Navy cautioned the fleet is not yet ready for a major interstellar war. We will continue to follow this story as it develops. And that's the news. Alright, so yes. One thing I did kind of figure out and notice in between episodes is that, and there was a big vote in the RP Discord about it, is that we look at our species, and we look at galaxy species, we notice there's all these other different kinds of humans. Only one of these, I think it's these guys are the what are these? The Castorians, right? These other human species variants are from human factions we haven't met yet. And they are all slave pops in the Nib, right? Is what I found out. So, we are gonna have to deal with the Nib. Now, I was looking at trying to see what it would take to declare war on them, and we would need an actual war goal, which we don't have any at the moment. So we don't have any claims, we don't have any subjugation. Attempting to diplomatically subjugate the target will grant subject. So we would have to try to diplomatically subjugate them, which we would have to demand vassalization, I guess. We would need domination traditions to be adopted, and we need we need to share a border with the Nib. So, and we also can't declare rivalry. The neighboring empires with relative power greater than pathetic and less than overwhelming, so they need to be a neighboring power as well. So we would need to share a border. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to close borders with them. And we can't claim any systems. I mean, we could create claims, but we need more influence. So we would have to hold off on building any new stations to make some actual system claims. So we'll have to see about that. Oh, and one other thing, before I go ahead and get too much further into this, that I wanted to mention, and that's to the people who are requesting characters in the YouTube comments, which is fine. I've been keeping track, paying attention to those. But it would be easier for me if you would go ahead and join the RP Discord. You don't have to participate in the role-playing, but there is a character creation channel in there for you to post requests for characters. So it would be easier for me if you could post them there so that everything is in the same spot, because it can be hard for me to try to remember, okay, which video did that person comment on where they wanted their name, so I have to go track them down and gather everything together. If everything is in the same spot, it makes it a lot easier. So, as a courtesy, if you could do that moving forward, that would be great. I mean, certainly you don't have to if you don't want to, but, you know, again, it helps me out. Just wanted to mention that up. Okay, so with that bit of business out of the way, one thing I wanted to do is actually, I kind of changed my mind a little bit here. Oh, research is done. Ah, we got fighters. But that doesn't seem to have unlocked any new ship types, at least not that I'm aware of. Gravitic gates. Orbital teleporter. A massive Empire-unique installation that uses experimental warping of space-time to use said materials into distant orbits. It produces 6 engineering research, and it reduces the build cost of megastructures. That's not really that important to us right now. Gravitoid stabilization unlocks building gravitoid test area. On the gravitoid test area, there are engineering tests using the gravitoid element. Produces 10 engineering and 4 unity. Okay, we'll take that. 8 months, that's not bad. Okay, as I was saying, a hornet's nest. Just a minute. The city-shaped structures on the planet. Some planet that we're actually studying. Over here. Oh, that toxic world that appeared to have some sort of ruins on it from a civilization. The city-shaped structures on the planet turned out to be massive hive clusters, home to hundreds of millions of flying creatures. These multi-mouthed monstrosities swarmed the URSF Olympios as it came down for a low-altitude survey, ripping into its hull with frightening ease. The ship managed to escape with only minimal damage, but the presence of these dangerous and highly territorial animals makes further investigation unadvisable. Or inadvisable would be the proper way to spell that word. Let's not do that again. And you've taken some damage? You have taken some damage. Okay, as I was trying to say, is that the starbase that we have built in the Duvog system, I had originally intended to be primarily a defensive base, not an actual shipyard. I'm thinking that I want to actually convert this into a shipyard. Did we actually build any defense platforms? No, we have one queued up. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to upgrade this to a star hold. It's going to cost us some resources. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and prioritize that. 700 days. Encounter in Nendivi. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Nendivi system. These strange objects have been flagged as theta aliens until we can learn more about them. Interesting. What do we have here? Ah, more spaceborne life forms. Okay. We actually have a few things in here. We need to investigate the Eta aliens, we need to investigate the Theta aliens, and we need to continue to research the impossible organism. So, lots of stuff for our society researcher to get done. Ah, and we have our new science ship. Traditions are available. Let's see. Dynamic ecomorphism, habitability increased by plus 10%. Sure, we'll do that. So I need a scientist. And here is why it'd be great if everybody was in the same spot. Just give me a second. Okay, we have someone who wanted a scientist. Let's see if I have a candidate who is appropriate for what they wanted. Now again, this is kind of one of the limitations here is those people who are creating the characters on the Discord I will get around to them when I can, because I'm kind of limited by the mechanics of the game, how many leaders. I mean, we have a lot of available leaders now, but, you know, I don't have any more fleets for an admiral right now. And, I mean, I could make some more generals, but I don't want to use up, like, all of our leadership capacity on generals. But we do need a new scientist. Wanted a human female. The only one we have is fairly old already. Oh. We have more recruits. 42, maniacal, adaptable, leader experience gain plus 25%. Okay, I think we'll go with this one. The age is a little off from what the person put in there, but we'll go ahead and go with this one. Recruit you, and your name is going to be Alessia von Hamburg. There we go. And you're going to be assigned to the new science ship. And someone actually recommended changing some of the science ship's names to be named after great scientists of human civilization. So this will be the URSF Einstein. Alright. And what you're going to do is you're going to head down here and begin surveying that system. Now, one other thing I wanted to do is take the fleets. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clear out those mining drones. Alright, void clouds. Let's order you guys to meet up at Bernard Star. Alright, an investigation into a peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded surprising results. It is a particulate cloud bristling with a powerful charge of unknown origin that has no business exhibiting simple reflexive actions, let alone movements with purpose, and yet it does. There's something undeniably ominous about the hazy subject of the relayed video feeds. Perhaps there are things in the universe we should not tangle with. Let's watch but not interfere. We need to do now the void cloud study. Research that. Alright, so we also need to expand the fleets, because if we're going to go ahead and start working on coming after the Neb militarily, we are going to need much larger fleets. So, one thing I haven't really messed around with yet is the fleet manager in the new version of the game. At least new to me, anyway.
Special project concluded.
Oh, space amoebas. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are new wondrous forms of spaceborne life. Quickly named space amoebas following an analyst's gross misreading of initial sensor output. The creature is in fact larger than the average Republic corvette. We should leave it be and remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Earth. Fascinating creatures. We can learn to coexist. We can learn to coexist.
Situation log updated.
Amoeboid pacification. Interesting. Let's see what that does. Alright, so do we want to start trying to create claims? Can we? Has that gone up?
System survey concluded without incident.
It's currently unclaimed.
Construction project concluded.
Alright,
Another
never mind.
day, another scientific breakthrough.
Spaceborne organic, space amoebas. Okay. Did we survey? Yeah, we did survey that system. Go ahead and actually, we're gonna change direction. Begin surveying that system. We need to find a path.
System survey concluded.
Do we even have a
without
path?
Incident.
To the nib? We would have one through Larongo space. But not directly. It doesn't look like. Ah, ship type cruiser. There we go. We want that. Alright, so fleet manager. We want to... Let's see. Increase the number of ships assigned to the fleet. Let's see. We have up to 80. Let's see. Let's go with the home fleet first. Let's expand the home fleet. Let's see. Let's go up to... Let's double our corvettes. And let's bring the destroyers up to 10 per fleet. That'll bring us up to command limit not enough. Actually, let's see. Let's drop this down to, let's say, 6 destroyers. Because we're going to have new cruisers we're going to want to put in these fleets. Eventually. Alright, it's going to take, what, 1,477 to reinforce the fleet. Go ahead and reinforce the fleet. So then that should put the ships in the build queue.
Construction project concluded.
Is everybody at Bernard Star? Yeah, they are. Go ahead and order them to head to the Tyrannus system.
Initial colonization phase complete.
Void unclouded. The Void Clouds are, as far as human researchers can tell, among the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a scant few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared. The tremendous forces of the young cosmos making something out of nothing, they would have been stars once, but were not. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult. The answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic fields that keep them together. Another product of their primordial beginnings. It is not inconceivable that, given enough time, the circulation of its strange stardust and gravitic fields aligned in a flexible approximation of neural pathways. Moreover, the clouds seem to be receiving impulses from one another, if not outright communicating, light years apart. Quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomenon. Humbling. Void loops modifier added, giving the following effect: physics output plus 10%. Alright, we have established the colony Pythrax in the 10th system. Alright, we have lots of tile blockers that need to be cleared. Can we build a... Because this has Betharian stone. I don't think we have the tech for that yet. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and build standard isotope refinery. Clear this tile blocker, build a standard mining complex. There we are. Inactive buildings on Earth. Not too worried about that right now. You build a HoloNet server? With connection speeds of 1 yottabyte per nanosecond, the entire universe is at our fingertips, only available for egalitarian empires. It costs 225 influence to build. I would love to build it. It's just a little expensive. A Xeno assembly. That would actually be something we want to put on a non... Alright, build a physics lab here and build the Xeno assembly. It costs 225 influence and produces 2. So it would take 113 months to pay for itself. I mean, that's not terrible, but I think right now we really do actually need to keep the influence.
Construction project concluded.
Because I'm trying to do some things. Alright. Zahareha 7's inhabitants became victims of a cataclysmic event that took place here a few thousand years ago. Our scanners revealed traces beneath the planetary ice shell which point to a large-scale impact 8,000 years ago. After the initial firestorm following the impact, winter seems to have become a permanent rather than a transitional state. There's nothing we can do. Hostile fleet present. Okay, our ship just arrived. The coordinates found in the ancient complex's data storage. The ship's sensors immediately picked up multiple hostile signals scattered throughout the system. We should prepare for a fight if we wish to reach our destination. What do we have here?
Log updated.
We have more of these ancient mining drones. Alright. Science ship is done. Head to here and survey. Construction ship. You know, I think what we really need is we need a border. We need a border with the Nabe. So I think we need to push our control down to here, into the Eye of the Ancients. Which appears to be some sort of supernova remnant. Just from visual scan. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Or can we get that claim yet? I can claim the Maresia system. But what? We can get to conquer Casus Belli. Conquer each conquered system. So basically, we'll declare a war to claim this, to conquer the systems that we claim. Yeah, we would need a domination traditions. I mean, I don't have like any kind of end to slavery Casus Belli, unfortunately. I think the closer we are to them, the less it'll cost. So we're gonna have to actually take the time to go ahead and build the outposts. That's just what's gonna have to happen.
Construction project concluded. Initializing hostile engagement protocols.
Encounter Andratu toys. We have encountered some form of alien vessel in this system. Strange objects have been flagged as the Kappa aliens. Interesting. What do we have here? I don't see anything. There's an unidentified fleet. Kappa aliens. We picked them up on sensors. Okay, so this does look like another civilization. Go ahead and get in contact with them. But I think this impossible organism is going to have to happen first. Okay, where are you headed? You're heading through their territory. Alright, we lost no ships.
An alien empire has established communications.
Alright. After successfully translating their language, we have established communication with the Kark Empire. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. That doesn't sound like it's any good. Alright, so these guys are slaving despots. They're phonetic authoritarians or militarists. We're kind of familiar with them from the previous series. These are not good guys. So, I speak on behalf of the Kark Empire, and I have been authorized to bring you greetings as long as you stay out of our internal affairs and treat our great leader, Hunter Cax, with reverence. I see no reason. We pursue true equality, do not stand in our way. I guess we'll take a little bit of a more aggressive posture there. Alright. Mining drones have been dealt with. Send the fleets. Do they even need to head back for repairs? No, they don't. Send the fleets to the Duvog system. Oh, we reinforce the fleet as much as we can. Okay.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Alright, are there any more places where we can build mines? Here, but we need to clear the tile blockers first. Here. Clicking on the wrong thing. Oh, this one can be cleared too. And I think you should probably head to the mines. Alright, science ship. There's the Kark Empire. They're fairly large. Alright, let's go ahead and get our science ship out of there. Tell them to fall back to the Ulm system and begin surveying. I can't declare rivalry.
Anomaly found.
Alright, what do we have here? There is significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts look almost like writing. Okay, go ahead and research that. Alright, the Sol station has been upgraded. The Duvog station has been upgraded. Build a shipyard. Prioritize the shipyard. And as a hangar for Strikecraft to the starbase? Really? Hangar bay. Do it. Alright, rivalry. The Nib hegemony and the Lorongo directors are now rivaled. Does that offer us an opportunity for some diplomatic... They will not give us a research agreement. We do need to try to improve our diplomatic relations with the Castorians. Discovery. Hell. Huh? Scientist Kendros Tyson aboard the vessel URSF Olynthipios has made a horrific discovery on Guadar 3A. Of all the insufferable, undeniable, terrible, infested hellholes of planets, this world, so overrun by packs of giant arachnids, is the worst. The worst. It seems like madness to even think of setting foot on this world. The officers heard nighttime hissing coming from the treetops and caverns, not to mention the endless thumping sounds as these giant arachnid creatures walked all over the ship. The scientists didn't care if the arachnids broke something. They ordered an immediate departure. This world should never be visited again. We better study this from a distance. Alright, so...
Special project concluded.
Is it this one? Arachnophobia. Yeah. A world overrun by packs of giant arachnids. It seems like madness. You think of setting... Okay. Madness even said, think of setting foot in this world. Early explorers tell stories of nighttime hissing and endless thumping sounds. It's not known if the early explorers actually set foot outside their ship,
concluded.
or if they just sent a drone and lied in their reports. Alright, amoebas pacified. Temporarily refraining from venting certain emissions from our vessels, reactor cores, while in the immediate vicinity of the space amoebas flocks, seems to be enough not to arouse their ire. With this new protocol in place, they no longer pose a threat, and we have been able to study them at close range. Excellent! Tech research option gained, amoeba breeding program. Tech research option gained, regenerative hull tissue. Excellent. Alright, construction ships, mining stations, research stations. Alright, the rifts on Cthotloch 4 are indeed writing. According to the survey team, it states the first 196 digits of pi as expressed in base 14. Prominent sociologists are now speculating furiously as to why the authors believed anyone capable of reading this message would need the information. Peculiar. Through hard work and experience, scientist Alessia von Hamburg has developed new skills. She gains the expertise computing trait.
System survey concluded. Special project concluded.
Alright, impossible fungoid. Okay, we're getting toward the end of the episode here, so we'll have to probably end it here. Maybe build a few more ships, or queue a few more ships in. After recent breakthroughs, the strange life form is no longer a complete mystery. The scientific community on Earth are abuzz with the news. The organism has been classified as a fungoid, partially explaining its ability to absorb molecules for nutrition. It has grown immensely, now the size of a newborn human, and appears both inquisitive and intelligent. Thankfully, it has thus far shown no signs of aggression. The scientists believe the next step to be attempts at communication. Yes, proceed. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here. We are going to need to continue bolstering the fleet, because now we have two problems to deal with. We have the Nabe and the Kark. So, both slaver empires. Reinforce the fleet. There we are. So look at us, 2 new Agamemnon-class corvettes. Alright, we'll go ahead and end it here, and we'll see where we go from here. What is this? Outcast amoeba? Raider Fall of Wolf. The Outcast Amoeba. Pirate? Pirates? Alright, well, we're going to have to deal with those. Okay, but yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to end this episode here, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.